Hey, this is John Young with this update. It's been a little while. I get that. It's been one of those things where things don't change a ton quickly. As they say, this is kind of a slow recovery process from the ACL and the meniscus, and there's a level of it that I can see for surely. Anyway, today is 9 weeks since surgery day. So 9 weeks times your seven, you do your math, there were 63, 64, whatever you want to call it, days from the surgery. Where I'm at right now is I'm literally on the bike, the right there, right there. Um, where I'm at as far as the pain, we do have a little bit of achiness that happens now and again. If I've been sitting in a bent leg position, like if I'm in a car and I'm driving for an hour, something to that effect, it does get a little stiff and a little achy when you start to move around a little bit. In my truck, which is a full size pickup, you kind of sit a little bit more upright. That actually irritates it more than sitting in a car, where you're kind of more in a reclined position and your legs a little more straight. So for the long trips in the truck, that's going to be a little ways before I'll be doing anything like that. As far as muscle, it's returning. I think that the strength in the right leg is maybe 60, 70% of where the left leg is. Now, keep in mind, the left leg is stronger today than it was before the surgery because it carried the weight for that six plus weeks. So now we're like 2 to 3 weeks of it being part of the process. So it's actually gone down a little bit, some of the muscle in that, as the right leg has started to come back a little bit. There still is a noticeable difference between the two, but it's not anywhere as much as it was a couple of weeks ago. I try to do, say, single leg toe raisers, where you're like standing on a step and trying to lift up. I can easily do it on the left leg. The right leg is better, but it's still, I get to about 10 and I'm not able to get up as quite as high. And after about 10 of them, I'm pretty much done. The calf is starting to quiver. And that's the big thing is I'm seeing when I find a muscle that's not in the, that it is not strong as it used to be, you get that muscle quiver. So the calf has come back. The quad and hamstring are firing. The knee discomfort above the knee is kind of gone from that now activating and working well. I did my first 5K walk at a very good pace, over a 4 minute or 4 mile an hour pace. That went really well. I still have a little bit of a limp yet, but I think from talking to the physical therapist that limp is probably more due to the hip muscles. So this week at physical therapy, she gave me a variety of different exercises to do, some of which were a clam where you're laying on your side and you have your knees bent. Basically, you have your knees bent and you're going to do kind of lift the right knee and bring it back down. The idea of keeping your hips completely using the hip muscles, but keeping your back completely out of that action. And then doing a couple of other hip type activities. I happen to have a couple of machines that I bought a million years ago from college, and I thought they were the stupidest machines. One's an abductor and one's an adductor for the hip. Turns out those are the exact machines I need. So yeah, I'm hitting those and hitting them hard because those are good. Those are much. I work on those. I can target those muscles. I get that muscle quiver as I'm going, but it's a good workout compared to trying to do some of the things on the floor where I'm trying to do that little clam movement I was just showing you. That clam move, I start to cheat, and you get your back into it. When you're on the machine, your back is up against the pads. There's nothing your back can do. It's all hip, that abductor and adductor in those activities. So that's what I'm working on. Uh, Beyond that, the brace, I don't wear it around the house. I don't wear it at night. I'm trying to go without the brace in safe situations. If I'm going out in the yard or anytime I might run into uneven territory, like I'm going to be headed out here in a little bit, I'll be putting the brace on the athletic or the smaller brace, not the immobilizer. The immobilizer, I pretty much have put that in the crutches off to the side for now. So I'm only using the brace when I'm in a situation like at track meets, walking around on ground. There's uneven turf. I want to make sure I've got that support. But for most of the time, I'm trying to stay away from it around the house because they can lead to the leg having a little atrophy where it's counting on the brace to do things instead of letting the muscles do what they should be doing. So other than that, everything's going well. Probably our next big update is going to be, I think, May 8th or 9th, somewhere in there. I have another meeting with the surgeon, and I'm guessing at that point we're going to be opening up and doing more exercises and such. Maybe getting into some, I'm still walking, not jogging, not hopping, not anything to that effect, but just maybe we'll be doing something, maybe some leg presses. I really don't know. But there's a few exercises that we'll be getting into before then, and the next video I do, I want to really focus on some of those exercises, and by then I should be able to do them pretty well. There's a couple of them that I'm still pretty shaky on, so I need to practice with those, but we'll focus those in the next video. This is John Young. Thank you for watching my progress on this ACL meniscus recovery.